So here we are, in the Vale, and look who's waiting for us. I told you we'd see her again. As you can also see, I've also set up some Alliance-specific mounts that I'll be able to go ahead and use during this time. Let me go ahead and show some of them off for you. Here's the Teldrassil Hippogriff from the BFA pre-launch event, the Burning of Teldrassil. This is the Vicious White War Saber, which I got in BFA for actually getting as a season mount doing PvP. The one time I've actually committed to doing that, and I'm pretty proud of this, personally. This is the Stormwind Sky Chaser, which I believe I got on sale, I think. Or, actually, no, it was part of the trading post, I believe. This is the Priestess Moon Saber, which I grinded for in BFA, but I really wanted it because I think it's a really cool mount, which flies, by the way. And I'm pretty happy I was able to get this. This is the Golden King Lion mount, which I'm sure plenty of you know about, and, you know, because it's part of the, like, the guild vendor and such. This is the Alabaster Storm Talon. Don't know why the Amalgam Rage is still there. And I've swapped out the Dragonfly mounts. We've got the Auspicious Arborworm, which I find kind of fitting for a Night Elf to use. And then we have the newest one that was just given by Blizzard for my sub. The Charming Courier, which is an owl, and it's also a dragon riding mount. And I just find fitting that, of course, a Night Elf would use this for dragon riding. And I think it looks really cool. Like, as an owl with those feathers. Of course, this is a nice little preview and teaser for what we're about to be getting in the War Within pre-patch, when a whole lot more of our mounts will be dragon riding mounts. Or dragon flying mounts, I should say. Plus, I think it actually, color-wise, matches up with my current transmog pretty well, actually. So, anyways.
Hello.
It was my father's dream to see this place. I must carry out his wishes in his place.
Be careful.
It's been 2 months since the parting of the Mists. Alliance scouts seeking a suitable landing site for the fleet have engaged Horde forces on a beach in Krasarang Wilds. Meet with Scout Liana and help secure the landing site. Lion's Landing.
Good luck, friend.
Now, we'll deal with that later. We will be doing that, but not yet. We'll be doing that later. So now, let's head back to Krasarang Wilds. And we shall make way for the king! For the king's arrival! So, whereas on the Horde side when we do this, we have to greet Garrosh. As Alliance, we do this and we go to greet Varian. Now, I'm just going to say this. In Wrath, Varian was no better than Garrosh is now. Like, in Wrath, Varian was like an equivalent of Garrosh. But here's the thing. Now, Varian got a little better in Cataclysm, but he wasn't that much better. However, this right here, Pandaria, this is where Varian started to show that he's actually growing as a person and as a character. And we're going to see that. And I think that was something that Metzen probably really want to work on. He really wanted to try and see if he could get Varian to actually grow as a character. And believe it or not, this is from this point onwards, Varian is actually much more likable up until Legion. Well, if you know, you know.
Hey there.
You have impeccable timing, Demon Hunter. King Rin is just about to land, and the full might of our fleet will follow soon after.
Farewell.
There's my survey team. Bring us in.
Varian?
What's the situation?
Your Highness, this site has everything we need. Lumber, stone, and...
The Horde?
Marshal Trotman and a handful of scouts pursued a Horde warband up the beach. They haven't come back.
Trotman may have gotten himself in over his head. We'll split up. Lena, stay here and establish a camp. Your first priority should be medical tents and shelters. When the peasants arrive, see that they begin construction of the docks. Hornswoggle, notify the rest of the survey team. Quarry and mining operations will begin as soon as the fleet arrives.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Champion, you know this land better than anyone. You're with me. Let's go find Troutman.
So a couple of things. One, I'm sorry if you heard me chuckle there, but that was Hilda Hornswoggle. Forgive me, but as someone who used to follow pro wrestling, when I hear the name Hornswoggle, I think of the little person that they had in WWE who they kept being a leprechaun. He was called Hornswoggle. So anytime I hear Varian say Hornswoggle, it just makes me chuckle because I think of him. But anyways. Also, compare how Varian showed up here compared to how Garrosh shows up on the Horde side. Again, if you watch these side by side, now you'll have to fast forward quite a bit in the Horde playthrough because it's many more parts compared to the Alliance one here, but it's such a difference. Varian is much more warm and welcoming and like just reaching out to his people and saying, all right, your job is to get some medical tents up and running for our people and get shelter. And then he looks at us and goes, look, you know this land far better than anyone because you've been here for 2 months learning about this whole land. And I just got here. I'm going to need to learn a lot of stuff, and you have already learned a whole bunch. So you're with me.
Stormwind honors your service to the Alliance.
Hold on, let me turn the music down a bit. Now don't get me wrong, I like the Alliance music. It's basically the music of Stormwind, which I do like. I really do like the Alliance music. I like the aesthetics. There are times I just like to hang out in Stormwind and listen to the music. But I don't want it to drown out myself or Varian.
The line of Stormwind's kings has been restored.
There's no time to waste. We need to find Troutman and secure the beach. We should check on the dwarves too. The Explorers League is tough, but they're no army. They should be along the cliff just north of here. Let us ride, Demon Hunter, for our friends, for the Alliance.
The Alliance will forge a new destiny for Azeroth.
I'm not sure about that, Varian, but he doesn't live long enough to actually see the real, change and ramifications that go on with both factions, not just the Alliance. Which is a shame. By the time we got to Legion, Varian was awesome, and I really liked Varian. The one thing I don't like about the whole Broken Shore event is that his final words were for the Alliance instead of for Azeroth, when he had been saying for Azeroth the entire time. And it just went so against the whole idea and theme of what Legion was about. And I'm convinced to this day the only reason they had him say that was because they were trying to stir up crap amongst the players and continue to push forward the whole Horde versus Alliance conflict and push forward more crap, not between the characters in the game, because none of them are around to hear that other than Gul'dan, but it's strictly for the players. Because there are people amongst there were people amongst the dev team at the time that were so vehement that there has to be this Horde vs. Alliance thing that they want to stir up crap between the real players. And this continued because what did we get afterwards? BFA. And it's just such a proof of that.
Explorers League reporting in, sir.
I'm glad to see you contribute to the war effort, but I need supplies. What have you got?
Plenty of stone, aye, but no sign of major ore veins in this whole area.
I'll take it. Anything else?
Something even better! History! Artifacts from an ancient and powerful race.
I'll make a deal with you, Hornswoggle. Help my men get a stone quarry operation running, and we'll protect you.
You mean it? Oh, I can't wait to see the look on Bran's face when he finds out I got an excavation greenlit by the king himself! You'll have your quarry by next sundown.
I used to think leadership was all about strength. I see things more clearly now. It's a little bit of give, a little bit of take. It's about binding people together. A bundle of sticks is not easily broken.
And that right there is a sign of how much Varian has actually started to grow as a character since Wrath, when he was not like that. Now, unfortunately, it cut him off, but he was saying that we would protect your dig site. And the reason that's a big deal, especially for her, is because up until this point, he hasn't exactly been the nicest to the dwarves. But now he actually is, which is a big deal. That he's actually willing to reach out to them and actually like, alright, look. You help me, and I'll help you. And coming from Varian, that's a big deal in showing how much he is growing as a person and as a king. Like I said, Pandaria was a big step forward for Varian as a character. And we will see this continuing, we will continue to see this, as we progress through this particular campaign. Brace yourselves, they're coming back around! What bothers me about this whole scenario is seeing the Tauren here doing this. Since we know that the Tauren are not exactly enthusiastic about doing this for Garrosh, and yet here they are.
Troutman, you old dog. I knew I'd find you stirring up trouble. The survey team has done well. This is an ideal deep water port. I want to see a tower built right here. Marshal, see to it that you hold this position until construction's complete. Now, let's see to our supplies.
I'm satisfied with the site. It's time to bring in our fleet.
Never again will our kingdom be deceived.
For too long, the Horde has been allowed to run rampant across Azeroth. I will not see these new lands conquered by some barbaric war chief. I love that he puts that in quotes. Are you ready to bring Alliance justice to the shores of Pandaria? Let us return to the landing site. Use the flare launcher to bring in the fleet proper and begin Operation Shield Wall.
Fare you well.
So, on the ground, he uses that horse mount. In the air, he uses that griffin mount. And we'll be getting another griffin mount at the end of this campaign.
Everything is in place. We'll construct a town center on this peninsula. From here, we can reach out to the natives and keep Horde aggression in check. Champion, without your pioneering efforts on Pandaria, this foothold wouldn't have been possible.
Yeah, pretend this Demon Heart did everything else.
Signal the fleet.
Blue sails are barely visible on the horizon, but the full might of the Alliance fleet awaiting one final signal.
Marshal, excellent work fortifying the harbor. Our next—
Father!
What? Anduin, you're safe.
Father, you can't do this. All the hatred and anger our war brings here. It poisons this place.
Easy, son. We're fighting a different war now. This isn't about hatred of the Horde. This is about a love of what's right. About doing what needs to be done.
This land is different than ours. It's a treasure.
Then we'll protect it with our lives. Son, I need you with me on this. We in this together?
Together.
Your Majesty, the Horde, they've holed up in a temple west of here. Night Elf Rangers have surrounded it and...
Rangers? Tyrande.
Father, you can't let them turn the Crane Temple into a war zone. That place is still recovering from a Shah infestation.
And it's a historical treasure trove.
Everyone calm down. This sounds like one of Garrosh's traps. He's trying to lure us from the beach. Trotman, round me up some peasants and a mortar team. And don't let down your guard.
But Father...
I'll bring a small group of champions with me and talk to Tyrande myself. And when I can handle this, I need you to trust that I'm going to do the right thing here.
I trust you, Father.
What's funny is I don't think you can even see the PvP tower around here. King Varian needs decisive adventures to help him resolve a showdown between Tyrande and Whisperwind and a detachment of Horde warriors holed up in the Temple of the Red Crane. Report to him immediately.
King's honor, friend.
So this is Trotman. Meet with Hilda at the ruins for a daily. There's Mishka, you remember her. There's Amber Kiernan. Taylor!
The Alliance shall prevail. The Alliance must prevail.
So we will,
We mustn't
that's the
fail.
next step in that campaign, but we will be doing that later. So Momentous is here, who is
Trust you for now.
here, as well as Lita Morju. You can see them both there. They're here to basically help us with things like, oh, if you want to upgrade your stuff, here you go.
Trust yourself.
This is still Remix, after all.
How are you?
Seamus Golden Kicks. There's Hornswoggle. We'll be talking to her later. There's Dagon Windbeard, the Flight Master. And then here's Keeper Gerald, the innkeeper for this place. We'll go ahead and bind our Hearthstone here, because we're going to need it during this campaign, because we'll have to constantly come back here and get the next step of the campaign from Taylor. Let me go ahead and take a moment to also show off the rest of this, because we got this one tower that's over here. And then we've got the rest of this fort. I didn't really show off the Horde area over there. I actually kind of inadvertently did, indirectly. But yeah, you just can see this big, massive port here that the Alliance have set up. Like I said, I think I do like the aesthetics of both factions, including the Alliance. I'm not just I'm not some Horde fanboy or anything. I play both factions. And I like both factions. I just get a little tired of the favoritism from people on both sides. Especially when we're at a point where it's like, okay, enough. By the way, if you're doing PvP, you're basically supposed to get some other stuff and get some quests to storm some of these places. This is basically the PvP tower, because then you have to storm in here and get this guy if you are Horde characters. I forget who the equivalent on the other side is. I think it's mainly only if you are... Oh, by the way, Momentous whispered, "Nasser, get over here. You're going to get us caught." Who you're supposed to get if you are an Alliance player. But if I was to go ahead and say, want to get the achievement for taking down the rares, I'd have to go into Domination Point and go find those three that I was showing off on the Horde side, not realizing at the time that the Alliance place was over here. And that the ones that I'd have to face on as a Horde player would actually be over here in this area, while the ones I have to go face as an Alliance player are going to be over here. So, anyways. So this will be my first time doing this scenario, so this should be interesting.
Yeah.
Not sure why it's directing me over here. It's like Q for this scenario. I'm like, okay, aren't I supposed to do that with Taylor over here?
Good to see you, friend. A soldier's duty is never done. Remember,
Yeah, there we go.
King is counting on us.
Again, the marker for the map can sometimes be wrong.
We have them cornered inside the temple. We should strike now.
Things are rarely what they seem, Tyrande. And my son tells me this is a sacred place.
All the more reason to purify it.
They're defending a fixed position. I'm not gonna play their game. We'll draw them out.
You are wasting precious time.
You three are my eyes and ears. Fan out! Prepare a defense!
A test. A trial of patience. Will the wolf behave as a warrior or a king?
So it looks like there's a few different achievements for this. I was curious about this. So after entering the scenario, talk to such and such when they are present and aid the defense to get this achievement. So it looks like you gotta do this multiple times. I've heard about how this scenario works, and I was curious about which ones I'll be getting for this. So you'll notice Tyrande's here with her old model. Chi-Ji is over here watching what happens, and of course Varian's here.
Let them think they can win. Stormwind is reborn. Our struggle.
Good to see you again. We have a delicate situation on our hands here. We need to plan our next moves carefully.
Fare you well.
What are your orders, Your Majesty?
Reward, my friends.
Take the laborers from the camp here and any others that you can find in the region. Assist them in building defenses to ensure that no horde can escape our vengeance. One more thing. These troops are not trained for battle, and must be protected from harm if they are to succeed. Now go and be quick about it. Time is running out.
Our struggles are far from over. Ready our defenses. They have to come out eventually.
So it looks like we get some Night Elf laborers, which I think are... We have some shield wall footmen over here. Which I think are druid helpers over here.
Peace be with you.
We've got some dwarf laborers over here. There's Duff. And some gnomes.
This area is ours.
Here there.
Make them pay for every...
Lead on! Alright, hey lass, what can we be doing for you? Lead on, friend, it's time to set up your defenses.
Watch, get her back.
Alright, hold on, let me just double check. So it looks like there's two. There's Duff and Brownstone.
Talk to me.
Mount up, lads! It's time to go and earn our ale! And we're off!
We are wasting time. We should move in for the kill.
Patience, Tyrande.
I like how when Anduin told Varian about this, that his reaction was, ugh, Tyrande. Because at this point, Varian knows of how, the way Tyrande is. Huh.
Don't charge in. Let them make the first mistake.
Focus. The meat from wildlife rations from more troops will keep my crew well fed. And I think that what that means is, hey, go get more food from local wildlife.
Force them
So you
into
can
the
increase
bottlenecks.
their
Let
rate.
them think they can win.
Briggle would select construction sites to boost their rate of progress. There we go. Oh, them lizard folk could be carrying anything. Keep an eye out for them. Under attack!
We're almost ready. Keep on working.
I need to target something first.
Meaty haunch to increase their rate of progress. Now, I agree. I just have to try and see if I can actually get more supplies somewhere.
You must be decisive if you wish to lead the Alliance.
Patience, Tyrande. We'll have our victory. But we're not going in unprepared.
I'm so amused that Tyrande is giving him a lecture about being a leader. And I'm like, Tyrande, what would you know about that? All these years, and you have not even grown or progressed at all as a leader, and you're giving him a lecture about that. That is just so amusing. On a number of levels. To hear Tyrande, of all people, say that.
Make use of every resource. Leave them nowhere to run.
Stacks up to 3 times. So I probably shouldn't do that because they actually have the full stacks for that. So I'll hold on to that for the other group.
I need a target.
He's like, don't let them go hungry now. I'm like, but they're well fed.
We're almost ready. Keep on working.
Like, they're progressing fine. They have those different buffs. Well supplied, iron fisted, and well fed.
I need to get closer.
If anything, I'm now basically collecting for the other group when it's their turn.
Force them into the bottlenecks. Let them think they can win.
Like, he keeps saying that, but the thing is, it's like, I've already gotten the 3 stacks, so I can't do any more. So, it would be wasteful for me to do this right now. The only other thing I don't have is the laborer's tool. Unless I'm misunderstanding how this works. But I don't think so. It says it stacks up to 3 times.
Why do we not attack them outright?
I won't throw away Alliance lives. I will accept nothing.
I guess only because it only lasts for 1 minute, maybe?
I don't have a target.
This area is ours. Make them pay for every inch.
I should change my title. Let's go back to Amashan, because I'm a night elf. I also have the Time Runner title as well, so...
This area is ours. Make them pay for every inch.
Alright, now... let's go help with the other defense made. For the other group. While also still being on the lookout for these various different resources that we can use for them. I imagine doing this with a group is a little better and easier because you'll have like one person watching guard, the other person going around getting supplies and such. Pandaren!
Speak up.
Wake up! The horde is near, we must prepare our defenses.
Until next time.
I'm afraid you've chosen a bad time for building defenses, friend. Yesterday's sundown celebration went a little long, you see. We may have over-meditated. Shake it off, brothers. It's brewing time.
They mock us from within the temple.
Good. That means they're about to break.
Looking around for any more tools. I don't see them. Pandaren keg? Oh, of course. Of course. Oh, I need some other supplies for the Pandarans. Gotcha. So I need something different for the Pandarans. Jungle hops?
It is too far away.
On Blast Brew Cauldron at the Pandaren construction site for progress. Gotcha. Alright. Are awake. Barely. That's actually quite funny. It's a very short, cool, you know, like, it's at 2 seconds because they're barely staying awake. At any moment they could fall back to sleep, like, oh. Oh my goodness.
I need to get closer. I need a target.
I wonder what that jungle stomper will give us. Nope, just more meat for them. Alright. There's a crocolisk over there as well. Nope. That is no longer useful over here. More meaty haunches from the crocolisks. Not really seeing where I'm supposed to get the tools. I guess I'm just kind of supposed to go around and find them. Of course, if they get attacked, it's going to take me a while to get back to them. They have fallen asleep. Okay. They have nodded off. What do I do about that? I need more brittle root for that. Liquid fire, jungle hops, or spirit kissed wall. Oh! Well, I didn't want to have to kill these spirit kissed sprites, but unfortunately, it looks like I kind of have to. It will awaken them and boost their progress. Or increase their progress rate at night. Oh, for the elf site, for the night elf site as well.
I'm out of range.
Alright. Oh, I have to click on... Oh, gosh. Well, I wasted that.
It is too far away.
I need to get closer.
Can I only have one of these at a time? Well, this Pandaren one seems a little annoying because you have to constantly get the stuff in order to keep them awake. Here's more of that root. Well, okay. I need to find more jungle hops. What's the other thing? Liquid fire. I have yet to see that. I saw the hops. Ah, here we go. Alright, let me try this. Well, that didn't wake them up. I'm amused that it's like you have construction progress, but at the same time, they're not waking up. So it's like, no, I actually don't, because they're not waking up. And if they're not awake, they don't do progress on it. So we may be here for a little while. Can't get liquid fire from that. Oh, hold on. A misplaced keg. Permanently boosts its rate of progress. Aha. Interesting. There's another keg. Hold on. The fireflies. Forgive me, guys. I am, like, legit trying to figure out how to get this tap to work. The dwarf one seemed pretty easy to figure out, but this one is, like, kind of... I don't know. It's being a bit of a pain, honestly. Because I can't seem to figure out how to get them to wake up. And I'm just like, what do I do? Like, I literally got the things it told me about. I am just like, huh? Right now when it comes to this. Legit trying to figure out and understand how in the world do I get them to wake up. I may have to look this up. Alright, hold on a second. Oh my gosh. So you're supposed to use the Spirit Kiss Sprite water on Master Brownstone himself. Oh my gosh. That's really stupid. It's like, nope, don't put it in the cauldron or don't just click on it in your inventory. Just make sure you click it on him himself, because apparently he's the only one that can get them to wake up. Oh my gosh.
Not enough, man.
Wow. Ugh. You interrupted the most pleasant dream. Because otherwise we're going to be here all night. I'm gonna go ahead and grab another, just in case they fall asleep again.
I cannot use that item yet. I need a target.
Don't see any more misplaced kegs. Well, there is more jungle hops. And there is more brittle roots. Oh, there's a keg. Alright, now they're progressing. Come on, guys, almost done. So instead of them getting attacked, it's them falling asleep that is the problem. Gotcha.
They're coming. Get behind the defenses.
Alliance dogs, where are your teeth?
Come out and count them, coward. There's no army here. Only a handful of heroes stand between you and the King of Stormwind. Are you afraid?
Bring up the grunts! Attack!
So, yeah, that's a big army. A lot of Korkrons. So the dwarves have some cannons over there. While the Pandarans are going to be bombarding them with brew. And then setting them on fire. So yeah, they're trying to run over here. They get doused with brew and then get set on fire. The dwarves are just having them funnel into this little firing area and then just blast them with cannons. So while that is happening, we are now going to make our way to the temple and take down the commander.
Your alliance is weak! Cowards! Cowards! Is this how you fight your battles?
So yeah, this guy hits really hard. It actually told me to avoid his melee attacks.
I need to target something first.
The day is ours, and not a drop of blood was shed on holy ground.
I would have charged right in. Many more lives would have been lost in my rush for victory.
There was a time when I would have done the same. But I've learned a lot over the years. I've fallen for too many of Garrosh's tricks. From now on, we define the terms of this engagement. Tyrande, I may not be a politician, but I am a fighter. I know we can win this war. We need to stand together. You have to trust me. Know that I will do the right thing. If we act as one, we cannot fail.
I see that now. Our strength is yours to command, High King. May this be the first of many victories.
A sword is the weapon of a warrior, but patience is the weapon of kings. This day brings victory, but more difficult trials lie ahead.
Sorry for having to try and figure that out. Or that it probably took a little longer than it probably could have or even should have. So we will be continuing this when we return. Stay tuned.